Ice potato. Hot potato. Lovely fresh fish. Like a lovely bit of fresh fish, sir. All nice and fresh. You'll love it.
Here, Governor. Lovely fish, lovely mackerel. Caught fresh this morning. Lovely fish, all fresh, fresh mackerel.
So high, all the little children, they are born to die, except our Mary Campbell. She can dance, she can sing, she can wear a wedding ring. Wallflower, climbing up so high, all the little children, they are born to die, except our Mary Campbell. She can dance.
Yes? Yes, can I help you?
Mrs. Allen, Mrs. Richard Allen?
Yes, that's right.
I represent a firm of solicitors, madam. The firm of Blunden, Claverton, and,
I suppose it's about the rent.
Oh, no, indeed, no, madam. I'm no debt collector. I am a partner in the firm of Blunden, Claverton, and... Oh, what on earth is that young man's name? Well, no matter now. The important thing is that the news I bring will, I am sure, prove entirely welcome to you. At least I trust it will prove entirely welcome to you, Mrs. Allen.
Well, you'd better come in then, out of the cold.
Oh, thank you.
Stand up, children. We have a visitor.
Do continue, my dears. It is I who must apologize for disturbing your meal.
Do sit down. Perhaps you'd like a cup of tea?
Well, the chair I accept with gratitude, madam, but the tea, I'm afraid, I must decline. But I'll come straight to the purpose of my visit. Mrs. Allen, I trust you'll not be offended, but I'm in a position to offer you a job, or rather a reasonable salaried occupation.
Well, why should I be offended?
My firm is seeking a reliable person to act as a caretaker to a property which is in our charge. And so far, we have been, well, we've had some difficulty in finding anyone willing to take the post.
Well, difficulty? Why difficulty?
It's the remoteness. You understand? It's a fine house, pleasantly situated, but it stands alone some way from the nearest village. A little woman comes up to do what cleaning is necessary. There's a rent-free caretaker's cottage attached to the house, and your duties will be very light. For the children's sake. What do you say?
It is awful, isn't it? But it's the best that I could find. So little money, so many debts. A widow's pension is all that I have.
Well?
Shh. Excuse me, he's had a cold. I think he must have earache. I'll get some warm oil. Shh. Don't cry. Shh, shh, shh.
Shall I help, Mother?
No, it's all right, thank you, dear. Just look after our guest.
Are you sure you wouldn't like a cup of tea?
No, thank you. Lucy? But now that we're alone, I wonder if I might ask you both a question. I hesitate because it's rather an unusual question and I want you to consider it seriously.
Of course, sir. You far away. Yes, far away.
Do you think you'd be afraid if you saw a ghost?
I think, quite honestly, sir, I'd be a little bit scared.
I think it would depend on what sort of ghost it was, sir. I mean, if it was just wandering around in white sheets moaning a bit, well, it would be all right, wouldn't it? But if it was one of these skeletons with no head and a nasty grin, well, that's different, isn't it?
Can't grin if you've got no head, stupid.
Exactly. Anyway, I have very good reason to believe there are no such visions. No, these ghosts would appear to you, well, very much like ordinary people. Children, perhaps. Children of your own age. Or even an old man. Such as myself.
We wouldn't be afraid of a ghost like that, would we, Lucy? I mean, well, you wouldn't know they were ghosts, would you? Unless, of course, you could see through them. I mean, right through them. And even that wouldn't be very scary, if their heads were in the right place.
Sometimes ghosts are people who come back seeking help.
We would help if we could. Wouldn't we, Jamie?
I believe you understand, little lady. Children do sometimes. But as they grow older, they lose their power to believe in the unlikely. When you come to the house, you'll hear all sorts of strange tales from the people in the village. They'll tell you it's haunted. But you mustn't be afraid, because when the time comes, you'll know what to do.
We shan't be afraid.
We'll do what we can.
Thank you, Lucy. James, thank you. Well, I must not stay. I've been here too long.
Oh, shall I fetch Mother?
No, no time, no time. But ask her to call at my chambers tomorrow.
Oh, the chambers. Where is it?
What a sensible lad.
Will it be there? I mean, do you know, is this right? Will it be there? This address, it looks a bit old.
It will be there.
Happy Christmas!
What? Oh, yes, a happy Christmas. Tomorrow, then. Tell them I sent you. Claverton will be there, or young, oh, what is his blasted name?
James! Lucy! We three kings of Orient are, my dears. A very happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas!
Who was he, anyway?
He didn't say, did he?
Yes, madam. Can I be of service?
I've come about the job. A caretaker, I was told.
You've come about a job?
I understand you're looking for a caretaker for a rather remote country house.
The job has not yet been advertised, madam. How did you come to hear about it?
An old gentleman came to see me. Jamie, do you have the card? I expect it was Mr. Blunden, that being the first name on the card. He informed me of the vacancy and advised me to call on you.
I see. You must forgive me, madam. Mr. Blunden has not been at the office recently, and I did not realize he had taken a hand in the matter. If you let me, please let me have your name. I will inform Mr. Claverton that you are here.
Oh, Alan, Mrs. Allen, and my children, Mrs. Lucy, James. Oh, and this is Benjamin.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Excuse me. Excuse me.
That's odd. That's very odd. Very odd indeed.
Please, Mrs. Allen, Mr. Claverton will see you now.
Thank you. Good morning.
You may sit down, if you wish.
Jamie, look. It's Mr. Blunden.
So it is.
You are looking at Mr. Blunden's portrait?
Yes, he's the one who came to see us.
I'm afraid I've caught you out there, Sonny Jim. The portrait is, in fact, of Mr. Blunden's great-grandfather, who died about 100 years ago, and I doubt if our Mr. Blunden came to see you. He's bedridden. Should be in a home. He should.
Oh, dear lady, I must say how delighted I am to have a responsible person like yourself in charge. I shall write and confirm our arrangements. Arnold? And I feel quite certain that you'll have no trouble from that little matter we talked about. A mere country superstition, nothing more.
Are you Smith?
I beg your pardon?
Are you Smith? You know, on the card. Blunden, Claverton and Smith.
No, Sonny Jim. I am Mr. Clatterbuck.
You should be glad.
Why?
No one could forget a name like that.
It is a silly name.
I'm sorry, sir.
Cheerio then, Herbert.
Cheerio, Dick. Any more want to get off, then?
Just us now, Herbert. The big house, please. Langley Park.
Langley Park?
Langley Park, Herbert.
Yes, Mr. Clutterbuck. Don't ask me to help with the bags like the times before, will you? Ghoulies and ghosties and long-leggedy beasties that place has got. Don't ask me to help, Mr. Clutterbuck.
Proceed, Herbert. Mere country superstition.
Thank you, Herbert. Thank you.